For months, every YouTube script that I wrote with Claude came out sounding like AI slop. So I did what every writer does, and I added voice rules and I gave it samples of my own writing. But still, after doing this, every week, the prompts I used just kept getting bigger and bigger, and the scripts actually got worse. And so I kept telling myself that the next rule would fix it, but it never did. Now, I write YouTube scripts every single day, so if anyone was going to figure this out, it should have been me. But the whole time I was tweaking my prompts, I was actually working on the wrong thing. So today I'll actually walk you through the 4-step system that stopped my YouTube scripts from sounding like AI slop. But before I get into how I built it, let me just show you what the system writes now. Okay, so look, your taste might be the worst person to grade your AI's writing, because here's a line that Claude wrote for me a few months ago. So I was working on a YouTube script about how to get more views and more sales from your channel. And so here's a chunk that it gave me. Most YouTubers chase views without thinking about what those views are for. Views without sales is just attention. What the gap actually buys you is leverage. So if you just read this last line out right here, it sounds smart, but it doesn't really mean anything. It just doesn't mean anything. And so you can't really picture what's the gap and what is leverage for a YouTube channel. Now, since then, I've been working on my Claude skills to make them better, and here's something that I'm able to get now. So this initial part is the same, but see how this line is now changed from what the gap actually buys you is leverage to a 5,000 view video that brings in 5 paying clients is doing more for your business than a 50,000 view video that brings in 0. So like the difference here is they're both saying the same thing, but this before version relies on this weird metaphor with the gap and leverage to paint the picture. It just doesn't really mean anything, but when you rewrite it like this and you add in specific language like the 5,000 view video, 5 paying clients, like this is actually something you can picture, right? Whereas this is just some weird fluff. And AI likes to do this. It adds this weird fluff like this right here. And so that's the test that my new Claude system does. If you can't picture something in the sentence, then it's doing it wrong. That's how Claude is able to catch AI slop. Now, real quick, if you want the actual skills running that test that you just saw, I'm giving them away for free. So there's a skill for every part of the script writing process, like the outlines, intros, body sections. If you want them, then the link is in the description. These are the same skills that I use to write my own scripts so that they don't sound like AI slop. So if you want these without having to build them out yourself, you can use these as a starting point and then change them up to match more of your voice. I'll put a link to it in the description. So here's a little trick I used that changed everything. So the fix had nothing to do with just adding more rules to the prompts. To first actually build the system, I had to figure out what good actually looks like. And that part was actually harder than I thought, because every time I'd post a video that didn't really do well, I kind of felt that the script was off. And so I would update my Claude skills. And I kept doing this every single week. But after a while, I started to wonder if my skills were actually good, right? Because like if they weren't getting views, then they're probably not even that good. And so I tried to write down the rules myself, like what made a good script? What are the components of AI slop? But it turns out it's actually kind of hard to define what these things are, because writing it's kind of a vibe, not a math equation. And so I had a different idea. Instead of trying to break it down like this, what I did was I looked at the big YouTubers in the educational space to see what they were doing, the ones that were already winning. And so if they're doing good on YouTube, their scripts probably have less slop because their videos do well. So I pulled the transcripts of 20 plus outlier videos. These are videos from creators like Ed Lawrence and Alex Hormozi. And then Claude would read each of these transcripts and then look for the different tricks that they use in their hooks, in their intros, their main body sections, things like that. And then after that, Claude would then look across all these scripts and then it'll build out a checklist of what the real outliers do over and over again. And so these checklists are grounded in truth, you could say, like these are the patterns that the best videos use. And so I made this checklist, and that was going to be sort of the SOP that my skills ran through. But when I tried using this for the first time, AI actually found a way to break the entire thing. Now, before I show you that, I just want to help you understand how Claude learns how to write with less AI slop. And once you get how this works, then the rest of this will make a bit more sense. So to make this work, I built what is called an auto research loop. So here's how it works. There's 3 pieces to the system. So first, Claude writes about 30 versions of the piece of writing that I'm going for. So this could be the intro or the hook, whichever section of the script I'm trying to improve. It then scores those 30 sections against the checklist we made. So the outlier checklist we made based on Ed Lawrence's and Alex Hormozi's videos. It will then tweak the writer's prompt. And so some versions of the test might score higher. They might get 28 out of 30. And then some get 15 out of 30. And so it would realize that the 28 out of 30 was the better skill. And so it would use this one. And so then run the next 30 versions and then keep updating the skills gradually till they get one that basically scores 30 out of 30 across all the different checklists that we have on the grading rubric. So it's basically running like thousands of tests on the skill to then make a better one. And so that's how it's able to like auto learn and improve the skill without me having to sit in and make changes manually. And so it did this process 5 different times. And then when we got to round 3, it actually scored the highest out of the different tests. It got 92.8% on the checklist. It was a bit strange because when I looked at the 92.8% tests, the quality was actually really garbage. Like it was kind of trash. And so this was the problem, right? Okay, so going back to what went wrong. So what I was doing basically was I was having Claude create a rubric based on the outlier videos and then running the outlier videos against the rubric to see how high they would score. And basically what I was trying to do was like reverse engineer a rubric from the outlier videos. The issue was because they were just trying to get the outlier videos to score as high as possible on this rubric, it started cheating the system. First round, it would look pretty decent. The checklists were quite good. But by round 5, all the checks were like super loose that anything would pass. And so AI had figured out a loophole. There's really only 2 ways to make the outlier video score high. Option 1 was to make the checklist really good so that it could catch weird AI slop. But then option 2 was just to make the checklist very, very vague, right? The more vague it was, the easier it was to pass. And so the outlier videos would score really, really high. And so I realized I had to add a control group to actually have it run the test properly. And so we gave a control group of a bunch of super mega AI slop examples, like really, really bad examples. That way, when it ran the test, what it needed was for the AI slop versions to fail super hard, and then for the outlier videos to pass super hard. And so we got to the point where like the AI slop ones will get like 0 to 13% score, and then the really good examples will get 75 to 96% score. And so how do you actually run these tests exactly? Well, I did all of this inside of Claude Code. And so if you look at this workspace right here on the side, so yeah, on the side here, I have this auto research folder where we ran this test. And so there's a bunch of stuff in here, which I don't have any idea what this means, but you can't really do this in Claude chat. But basically what we did was we took a bunch of outlier videos. So right here, outlier style. So here are the transcripts from the videos, and then it will create a criteria for it. So if you look at criteria for intros, right, there's check 1, check 2. These are the checks that it has to use to make sure it's good. Now, I like doing it inside of Claude Code because after it runs this check and it runs the tests and it finds out a version of the skill that is good, I can have it auto update my skill. So we go to the skills section right here for our hook skill. I can now update it to match what these outlier videos are doing so that in the future when I write scripts, my hooks are pretty good. But okay, setting this all up yourself is doable, but it's a bit of a tough project. Took me hours of going back and forth and months of testing before I got something that actually started to write in my voice. So if you want to skip the 3 months of troubleshooting and messing around with these tests and actually just get a Claude setup that writes in your voice from the start, then I'm taking on 3 clients every single month to help build this system for them so that it's unique to you, customizing your voice. And so by the end of this, the idea is that you can write a script in under 60 minutes that actually sound like you and don't have any AI slop patterns inside. So if you want me to build this out for your channel instead of building this out yourself, then click the link in the description to apply to work with me. Now, in this entire process, there's still one part that you can't outsource because even with the loop running, there's one part that's still on you. Like you have to make this decision, and that is just picking the videos to use as your outlier videos. Because when I first built my outlier bank, I had a couple of creators in there who were doing really well. So one of them was Dan Coe. He was blowing up on YouTube. Same thing with Callaway. So they're doing something good because their videos are blowing up, but their writing style is a lot different to how I write. Here's what I mean, because Alex Hormozy and Ed Lawrence, they write in a really direct way with short sentences and plain words. And so when I'm looking at their scripts, I can break down what they're doing and explain it to you pretty easily. But with Dan Coe and Callaway, their writing is a bit different. They write in a more like philosophical way, and they also break a lot of the rules that I usually follow in my writing. And it must work because they do really well. But to be honest, I just can't really explain why it works. So when Claude pulled their patterns into my checklist, the rules started shifting and the checklist started to reward writing styles that I couldn't really replicate myself. And so I had to feed it some of my own scripts and tweak it a little bit to match more like me. So I ended up dropping them from the bank. I had them in there as like references for small parts, but my style was mainly based on Ed Lawrence and Alex Hormozy. Now, your voice might be different to mine, so AI is not going to be able to take this part off your plate. Like, you have to feed it the right input so that it can create the skills to match your voice. So how does this all look like in real life? Well, after working on this, it started to write more in my style. And then just to show you, this is the final script for this very video right here. Like, I can read this and I don't feel like I'm having a stroke trying to jump around the AI slop. Like, it knows how to give an example in a way that's not weird. Like in the past, it was doing these weird analogies where it would use this strange analogy as an example, whereas here it gives a specific snippet from a script. I was just unable to get Claude to do that initially for some reason. And so it really just comes down to writing a script, improving it, writing it again, improving it, and you just keep running this process. Like, the longer you put into it, it's going to take many, many hours, but after a while, it's going to get better and better and better until it finally just writes perfectly in your voice. And the tech's only going to get better. Like, the Claude models are just getting super cool right now. So I think by the end of this year, you're not going to notice if it's a human or AI script. Now, a lot of this was the theory of me showing like big picture view of what this looks like. It's a bit hard to actually picture how this system works. And so I made a video where you can watch me write a full script from the brain dump from start to finish with this exact setup running. If you want to see the system in action instead of just me explaining it, then click the video that I'll put up on the screen for you to watch next. Just click it right here.